Bueller.
Yeah, but I was just going to start, and you said Bueller.
3, 2, 1, Bueller.
Okay, here we go. All right. Hey, welcome back to the James and Jaden Real Estate Podcast, where we talk about real estate and whatever else we come up with. I mean, we're always pretty good about coming up with absolutely nothing, right, Jaden?
Absolutely.
No, we always great to talk about. Today, I'm actually pretty excited. And I actually changed it up a little bit, Jaden, because I started realizing we're going to talk about the first 90 days of becoming a licensees, home guys licensees, wherever you're at. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's probably not you and I, is it? In the first 90 days.
Well, I think I might have said something about that, but yeah. So it's not really, we're not the experts at that actually. Somebody else is. So
right.
That's
so
a surprise guest.
So I guess I'll just bring her on. Let's bring on Jen Coldy, actually my wife. Hi, Jen. How's it going?
Hi. Good.
Hey, we got this podcast that obviously we're doing. We're staying to what we said we were going to do one a week, and I didn't look ahead, and all of a sudden I realized it says the first 90 days of becoming a licensees or one of our franchisees. So I'm like, wait a minute, that needs to be you, right? Am I spot on that?
Yeah. You guys are, once you kind of talk to them and interview them, you kind of hand it off. So
right. It doesn't mean you become a licensee, you don't talk to us ever again. No. It's just those 90 days. Jaden and I are visionaries. We've have all these images and visions, and you put a lot of this together from our vision. So you're the one that's going to be with them for the first, really the 90 days, are you and our team, right?
Yeah.
Still here 100% to ask questions, answer questions. But when you start getting into the thick of things, setting up an office, that's not where Jaden and I are going to strive, right?
What?
Right, Jaden? I mean,
Not my specialty. It's not my favorite.
Not my favorite.
So I really do appreciate you. Here's what we're going to do today on our podcast. We want to show people that roadmap to success. So, we always talk about like, hey, your first 90 days, right? We are going to throw a lot at you at the first 90 days. And so basically, I guess we want to see how that looks. And then basically I want you to start it off as like, what is your position for home guys on the USA side? What's your role? I'm thinking we're going to figure it out what you're doing right now, but
So my official title, which changes as we move through all of this, but it's VP of Operations and Licensing. So what that means is I am behind the scenes, like you said, picking up all the pieces that you guys are throwing out there, making sense of it, putting it together, building a system or an SOP, or finding the right people to implement the ideas that you guys come up with. So that's what we're doing back here. You guys are really you're kind of the face out there. And then we're the magic behind the scenes over here. So we're the systems and the operations, all the puzzle pieces, putting it all together.
Yeah. So Jaden, I guess I just want you to jump in there every once in a while. I know you're probably not going to be talking a lot. Again, ask some questions, what that 90 days looks like. I mean, we kind of know what it looks like in the aspect of, we've done this a few times already, but again, Jen is the harder question. So we might even learn a little thing.
I'm kind of curious, what do you find that people need the most help with in the first 90? What surprised you the most that people need help with?
It really is. Most of the people we're working with that are looking to start a business, get into real estate, whatever, they have more of that entrepreneur brain. So the operations and systems behind the scenes, it's like you guys, it's just magic. It just happens. It'll work. We'll figure it out. And so that's where a lot of our licensees, in fact, I talked to one today, and we're helping him hire an office manager, because he's like, what does this look like? So we're going through,
I believe he wants.
I'm sorry?
I believe he wants a you is what
he did. Yeah, he literally asked, "Where can I find a Jen?" And I said, "Well, we usually hang out at Targets or Starbucks, Barnes and Nobles, yeah, bookstores. That's usually where you can find us." But so spent an hour with him today talking through, okay, what are your expectations? What are your goals? What do you want her to do? And then writing that job description, and really setting those people up for success. Instead of, I mean, I love you guys, but we all just kind of jumped into this without knowing, wait a minute, what does this look like?
Right. So, but I love that fact. And I know I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but I love the fact because it shows that we are problem solvers and just problem thinkers, right? We think. And that's what I've liked to see with our team is, we didn't know a lot of stuff. Again, we tell people
No
that
idea.
they're signing up. We made the mistakes so you don't have to.
Yep. Exactly. So Jaden, to answer your question in a long roundabout way, it is really those systems and the behind the scenes operations pieces that people need help with. Everything from, the CRMs, the bookkeeping, the P&Ls, the KPIs, the job descriptions. And I might have just said
how to find the right people to help them with those things too, it sounds like.
Exactly. The hiring process, the onboarding process.
Well, that's what we talk about. It's like that we talk about this being a roadmap, right? The first 9 days, and that's exactly what we're going to tell you how everything, like maybe who to hire first.
Yeah.
That's going to be part of that.
We're going to be very in your business with you. This isn't you just sign up and we say, okay, here's all your stuff. See you later. Give us a call if you need anything.
Right.
We are very involved, boots on the ground. We're in the trenches with you. And all the licensees that we have on board now, I mean, like I said, Aaron, he's like, hey, I need help with this. Great. Let's walk through this with you. Let's help you figure this out.
So we're a resource is what you're saying. I mean, in reality.
I'm sorry?
We're a resource. We're a resource to find, again, in-kind vendors, let's call it. We're a resource to find, maybe a TC or something. We can help you guide. Well, again, like what you're doing is you're helping our licensee down in Orlando hire somebody because he doesn't know how to hire somebody.
Yeah.
We have the proper job descriptions, right? And PIs that go along with those job descriptions to make sure that Orlando's hiring the right person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost nobody knows how to hire people properly, and we didn't either.
Right.
I mean, unless you've been through it and learned it the proper way, you're not going to know how to do it right. I think we spent 6 or 7 years figuring it out. Now we've got it figured out pretty well now, but it took us.
Yeah, we've got it pretty dialed in, and it might seem a little over the top, but part of that is you want to make sure that you are finding not just the right person for the position if you're hiring, and this is some of the.
Right.
Some of the things will help you navigate, but that you're not just finding the right person for the position, you're finding the right person for your company culture as well. That's going to fit in, believe in your vision, believe in the mission, and really promote that out in your community. So these are all the pieces that we're kind of putting together.
Yeah, values as well. They've got to align with your values.
Yep, exactly. So that is, one of the things hiring that we can help you with. But what did we can even talk about the interviewing leading up to this onboarding. I mean, our onboarding calendar is pretty in depth, but what do you guys want to talk about here?
Well, it's actually, this is when we get, they're on. It's the 90 days. So we're looking at, maybe that first week, that second week, that third week. Mm-hmm. When can we expect to get our first deal? Those are questions that everybody's going to ask, right? Again, getting your first deal depends on how much money did you come in? Are you going strictly for mailings? Are you strictly going to right to TV or radio? What kind of capital are you bringing with you to start this? Because you can start this at a lot less capital. I will tell you it's going to be a little bit harder, but yes, you can. It's going to run more efficiently if you can bring some capital to it. Jaden, what would you say the best capital that you can bring? The least amount versus the most amount. I mean, I don't know if there is the most, right? I mean,
I think if you're going to do the business model and systems that we do are based on having capital. So a minimum amount, I don't know, 50 grand probably,
Okay.
in addition to, whatever other stuff you have to pay for. That'd be I think the bare minimum probably. But I think you probably want, 6 figures would be more appropriate, because you're also going to have to buy houses. You're going to have to pay for marketing. If you're hiring people, you're going to be paying payroll. I mean, there's a lot of expenses. If you're trying to grow a real business, you're going to need some capital behind you to do it.
We also show you how to wholesale your flips. So basically, you wholesale to do flips. The proper way of like building your business. So let's hypothetically say you might wholesale 2 or 3 properties and then flip 1. We're flipping 2 or 3 and we're wholesaling 1, right?
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead of myself.
I think one thing that we've noticed with 1 or 2 of our licensees when they come in, and it's like we're thinking, especially Jen being an operations mindset, she's thinking let's get everything in place, let's get it all dialed in, the website, the business cards, the everything, the training, everything figured out. And some of these more entrepreneurial people are kind of like, when do I make the phone ring? When can I start talking to people? And so I guess my question would be how soon can somebody start trying to get leads and talking to people when they start on this process with us?
Typically, I mean, depending on where they are, they can start getting calls well within that first 30 days.
Well, I was going to say, in reality, they could start getting leads day 1 if they do PPC, right?
Well, even PPL, they can get them day 1. And the thing is, you don't need to have a website. You don't need a website. You don't need to have a polo shirt. You don't need to have a business card. You're going to need to have a phone that that people can call or they can call out on.
Yeah.
But you can start pretty much day 1. But you're going to need to know what to say, how to do the process, of course. But you could start pretty much in day 1 or 2. Start getting the phone to ring or making outbound calls to get leads.
So I'm going to slow you guys down there. My entrepreneurs and my visionaries are like, yes, I love you.
People watching this video, they're like, yes.
I know, they're like, yeah, day 1. I'm ready. I'm like, no. No, mom's going to step in and be like, okay, kids, let's just take a minute. Yes, you can absolutely get the phone to start ringing. Are you going to be prepared with the follow-up, having your CRM set up so you can track this, so you can start tracking your KPIs, so you can start tracking your follow-up process.
Right.
If, some of the things we provide you with the templates, the purchase agreement templates that are super simplified. So instead of 20, like Minnesota here, we have 20 pages, disclosures, all the crazy things.
29.
29? Yeah. I was going to say, it's something insane.
You know how many Florida has? 12.
Yeah. Well, ours is now 3.
Right.
But it's very simplified, so you can understand it. But we're giving you those templates. We provide a personalized portal for each licensee. So you get the handbooks and you get the templates and SOPs, all of that. So you have that available to you. But within that first 30 days, you're going to want to set up those vendors. You're going to want to identify some of it, set up your bank accounts, set up, again, the CRM.
LLCs.
Yeah, the LLC docs if you don't already have one. You're going to want
You're there to help out, right? I mean, that's where you're at. I mean, you have a list of this.
Yep.
Hey, you need to go do this, and we'll check in tomorrow.
Yep.
And we can tell you what you did and what you didn't do.
Yep. We set up an Asana board for each licensee so that, hey, here are the tasks that you need to accomplish. And some of it is hey, you need to find an attorney in your area to make sure that our documents are compliant. Because it works here in Minnesota, but we want someone in Kansas to review them to make sure that it meets all of your requirements.
Yeah, right. And a title company as well. They'll need a title company.
Company.
Pretty much right away.
Yeah, and we have those resources as well for people that are newer to the industry. Maybe they've been doing it. They're not in the business as much. So through our network and our investor partners, we have affiliate programs with title companies, lenders. We can get we can get you in contact with all the people you need to take that first call, and then what to do with it from there. So
Yeah.
it's typically that first 30 days. I know you want the phone to ring, but that first 30 days.
I think in Jen's perfect world, you wouldn't try to get the phone to ring for about 30 days. And James and I's perfect world is the first hour you start, you're getting the phone to ring.
Yeah. I mean, I'd even say, again, 2 weeks. I mean, depending on just how much time you have to invest up front.
Yeah.
Because
you're basically, if you do the James and Jaden strategy, you're going to be basically driving sales calls and cleaning up the mess later.
Yeah.
Is what's going to happen, which is what we've done. You know, that's how we started. That's how we always do things, pretty much. We drive forward, and Jen cleans up the mess later. I shouldn't say we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we put the systems in after we move forward and put systems in behind us.
Yeah.
But
visionary, right? I mean,
it would be easier to probably slow down a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. So that's that's the beauty of this.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's make sure that everybody understands. You don't want to take that drive out of you, that having that entrepreneurship.
Right.
We don't want to steal that from anybody. And
no, if you
doesn't steal that from
30 days,
us, but she puts us in the right lane where we need to be.
Yeah, if you make somebody wait 30 days, they might get, that might be too much for somebody with driven a salesperson. That might be too much. Yeah. So
well, and that's this. On the flip side of that, this program and this model is for someone or a partnership that wants to scale this. They want to have a business.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do this like a onesie, twosie. You can be a lone wolf, easy. You can get the phone to ring, and you can run your own show. This is for this is built for people that want to, like you guys did, like, hey, we want something bigger. We want to have.
Yeah, you want this thing systematized where it's a machine and there's a team of people and it's just always moving forward. That takes time to put that stuff into place. Yeah. But in the meantime, while that's being built, you're putting that together, you can individually go lone wolf and make some sales if you want to.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing to do, because you can go, especially if you're used to the salesperson, you understand real estate, you can go take down a couple deals in the first couple of weeks and you might make 50 to 100 grand, which would help fuel your business.
Hey, guess what? You still have me there or you there, especially, I mean, we already know each other by now really well, and we're there to help you get that first deal. Hey, run this, run a deal by me, guys.
Yeah.
My San Antonio, everybody still calls me every once in a while when they get hung up on something. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you.
And I just personally think there's a lot of value to people like me and James, who are the kind of people that would want to do this stuff, to know that, hey, in the first week or 2 or 3 or 4, I can go get a deal or two. Even if these systems aren't fully in place yet, I can still go do it. I can make it happen. I can get some revenue coming in the door. When in the average time frame, once you say like you meet a lead for an appointment, if it's a motivated lead, you could have it under contract, same day or within a few days. It could be under contract, and then some of those deals can close within a couple of weeks. And then so that's a matter of finding someone to dispo it to, or if you're going to flip it. Getting the financing and the construction, figuring out to flip it. But some of these things can move pretty fast. You can get going pretty quick.
So our onboarding checklist, like I said, it depends on how much time you have to invest in this. If you're working full time, trying to do this on the side to get it up and running, but our onboarding checklist is only 30 days. And that's at the long term. That 90 days extends into, hey, I've got deals coming in. What does a site visit look like? What does the follow-up look like? What does underwriting look like? Now you're getting more into the field side of it. Like I said, 2 to 4 weeks is that setup behind the scenes. And in that time, that's getting your Google set up. That's getting commercials or direct mail. There is some setup with that as well in order to get the leads coming in. So, there's one lead source that requires almost no setup that can be turned on almost immediately. And that's called PPL. Yeah. That's the one that if you just want to have, I like to learn on the job. When I don't know how to do something, I like to just start doing it. Mm-hmm. And maybe other people are like that too. So if you want to just learn how to do this process, you could start learning the sales process just by doing it.
and I would, get on a call with me or James, get the basic gist of what you should be doing, and then start doing it,
Right.
and just refine it.
I feel like you guys are kind of like
right. So this
contradicting.
Correct. That's what I'm trying to make sure that
I'm like
we don't want to.
Well, I'm saying one thing, you guys like, yeah, but you can just go do it. I'm like, yeah, you can, but the whole
just delete everything I said. Then
here is to talk
I'm
about.
just saying, if I came in as a licensee, I would be doing sales calls from day one. I guarantee it.
Correct.
Well, right, but it's funny though
Jaden,
because
hold on, stop. I got it. This is my head, Jaden. The reason we came up with this licensing, this franchising, is because we would have bought something like this if we were in that position.
That's true. We actually would have gone through the training and stuff on it if we had it available. Yeah, I think we would have. Yeah.
100%. And again, this isn't saying you guys can't be taking leads while you're doing this. Turn on PPL, but we're, have that as a starting point, because that's what we've done with. I want to say that's what we did with Jose.
Right, that's what I was thinking of. Jose was just like me. He's like, when can I start talking to somebody? Like, so we did PPL with him, and I look at it like, if you set a low budget, like pick a low budget on PPL per month, where you're like,
it's training.
It's training. It's a training budget, and you might make money off of it.
Yeah.
But it's really not to make money. It's to learn.
And you work through the process at the same time. We've done that. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're still behind the scenes, like, hey, you're getting this and you're doing this and doing this, but you can still be working those leads. You don't want to turn on, TV and have the phone ringing off the hook.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have a huge marketing budget going in month one when you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I'm talking about like
turn on the PPL and have, a couple leads a day coming in, get yourself into that rhythm, get yourself feel comfortable with. We provide you, and it's not a script, but we provide you with talking points when people call in. You want it to be very conversational. You want to connect with those people. But we provide you with that information in the portal. So you can jump in there and you're like, oh my gosh, the phone's ringing. What am I supposed to be saying? What information do I need? And you can jump into the portal and just kind of walk through that, and then call us afterwards and be like, the phone rang. Now what do I do? I got all this information. What am I supposed to do with it?
Exactly right. It's a good way to learn.
Hey guys,
so we adapt to what?
No, you guys are both right. I mean, you guys
are. Yeah, but I'm more right though. I'm more right.
She is my wife.
If you think about it. Well, good point. You could just say she's more right now, and then when she's off, you could say I'm more right.
No, you guys, what I really
want. You guys invited me here.
Hold on. Guys, I really want people to understand that Jaden is 100% correct and Jen is 100% correct, because Jen is going to be the one this is why we have Jen there, guys. She's going to help you get past that first 2-3 weeks of like, hey, I need to get these deals. And like, Jen's going to help you set those systems up. Jaden is 100% correct because he's got that entrepreneur
driver personality, but it's the like Jen was saying, like, my personality and people like me are going to just go make deals happen, and they might just do that for 10 years by themselves, but that's not what this is. So this is a system so you can have a team of people making deals happen, whether you're on vacation or at work or whatever you're doing. And that takes time to set up. And my only point is that if you're that lone wolf salesperson kind of person, if you just have to get in there and start making deals, there are ways to do it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I think we maybe forgot to mention a little bit was we offer people can fly up to our location in Minnesota.
I was just gonna say that.
And most people do that. They want to see our office, meet our team, go on sales calls with our team.
Yeah.
See our it helps a lot to just see this stuff in person. So that's really common. The other thing is, like, sometimes we go to their site. James will go down to wherever they're at and do sales calls with them locally, because it might be a little different market than what we're in. So those are a couple things that we didn't really touch on, but those are really valuable.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is one of the things that people have found the most benefit in is after that first 30 days, we've got you set up, got all your accounts set up, you're ready to go. You come up here to our office and you get to see all of everything in practice. Like on paper, it's one thing and you can kind of see, yep, this makes sense. But to actually come here and go out on a sales call with one of our agents, to listen to them, to see how it runs behind the scenes. And it's a pretty busy 3 days. It's typically about 3 days. And you go through all the departments. You sit with our leads team, listen to them on the phones. So you can really see everything in action. And that's huge. And then, yeah, James, he went down to San Antonio and went out on some sales calls with Jose down there, and just for both of them, like to kind of see how he can do some coaching and listen to Jose while, in his market and vice versa. Like, hey,
you guys, we're not in control of your success. You are. But we were damn sure going to be there to help you out all the way through. That's the only thing I can help you. I can tell you, we're not going to do it. We're going to be that support to help you succeed. Because I have to say it that way, guys. I have to say it that way because I don't want you to think that you're going to buy into this and you're just going to sit back and you're going to start running your business. You got to dive in. You got to put your homework in. It's very fun.
Not a passive, yeah.
It's challenging, but it's a lifestyle, and that's probably the best thing I can tell you is you get away from your 9-to-5 job, and that's probably been the biggest thing for me. I was a firefighter, so I didn't even have a 9-to-5 job. I was gone for 24 hours.
Well, I think one thing people, you guys have probably found with having a kid that's out of the house is you can travel a lot more. So if you're in a place in life where you have a little freedom, you can really, you can travel a lot if you want to.
Right.
Well, and the other piece of it is we've learned this from talking to other people. It's like everybody's definition of success is different. For some people it's driving a Lamborghini or having a plane or being able to do whatever. Or some people it's like just having that time and that the availability to spend with family or to travel or, collect whatever widget you want to collect. And everybody's definition is different, but we're here to help and here to support you in whatever that goal is and whatever that lifestyle is that you want to build. What else?
All right. So, I'm just trying to look at some notes here. Self-doubt and imposter syndrome. I guess I'm trying to figure out what is he trying to figure out on that one?
Well, I think that is when you're having success and you don't feel like you're actually good enough to earn it or to have it. I think,
or almost even a fake it till you make it. Like just you keep like here behind the scenes. It's like I have all these years of experience in operations and project management and customer service and all these things, but not in the real estate field. And it's still we're 8 years in now. And I'm like, do I know what I'm doing? And then I go to, our networking groups and start talking to people and they're like, oh my God, how do I set up, how do I hire somebody? How do I do this? How do I do this? And I still sometimes feel like, why are you asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you've only done 1,000 transactions.
Yeah, I know. We're not a real business yet. Almost there.
I think you know real estate, Jen. I'm pretty sure you do.
So, but as I'm, as you start getting into it, that's that imposter syndrome is like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why are you?
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that is what it is. But the cool thing about what we're offering is you've got a team behind you that we didn't have when we started this business. So you have a team. So when you have questions or you feel like you don't know what you're doing or you feel imposter syndrome, you've got a team of people with a lot of experience behind you that you can call and ask questions and know that we know the right answers. We've done this.
You have the executive people behind you that literally go yay or nay on how you should move forward. I mean,
we've done over 1,000 deals. Like this isn't new for us. It's not our first rodeo. So you can have that confidence.
I know we keep coming back to the hiring piece, but it's so important. But doing those predictive index assessments, like we use those and I geek out over those. But if you're hiring for a transaction coordinator, somebody who's going to be sitting at a desk, keeping all the pieces together, communicating with the title company and the seller and the buyer. You don't want a maverick like James, who, you know,
My eyes got really big when you said that.
I know.
I was
You know,
envisioning James in an office with paperwork. I was like, oh no.
stuck in a chair. Yeah. It's just, so yeah, they might be able to do it. And they're like, yeah, I have all this experience. But when it comes down to it, and you look at that predictive index and it's like, they're independent and they need to think outside the box and they need to do this. Like, that's not the right
You guys, I did
profile.
Right.
for a month one time, right? And I remember getting done at the end of the day and I'm like, oh my gosh.
You were exhausted.
I was exhausted. But did I do awesome? I did awesome. I got tons of stuff, but it started but I can't continue that path. So I have to find somebody who has that ability to be that leads manager. And I think, again, that's, I guess I wanted to tell a story that as a business owner, you typically need to know every spot, but you don't have to be the best at that spot. Hire somebody who's the best at that spot. And that's what.
Yeah. And so when we first started, before we started this business, I was flipping houses and stuff. And before Jen came in, I was pretty much at the point of if I have to pay another bill or see another letter or envelope, I'm going to quit because I don't know what to do with all this paperwork. And it was killing me. And so when Jen started, I would get mail and I'd just be like, here's a pile of paper.
I'd come in and I would just have piles like.
Can you do something with all of this?
It would pile up at home or even in your office. Oh my God, your office was so funny. And I'd come in one day and you would relocate the pile to my desk and then I would have to sort through it all.
People keep sending me paper in the mail. I don't want any of it.
Stop sending me paper.
It just goes in the filing box on my floor.
Yeah. Yeah. So finding, and we keep talking about this a lot, but finding the right people to support you. Like, this is the other piece of that is, yes, you guys, you have your superpower. It's going out, it's making things happen, it's having those big ideas. And it's surrounding yourself with people who allow you to do that. That's what this business model does. It's for those people that, again, want more of a business, want to scale something, and putting that support system in place. So, you've got the transaction manager and all these different personalities and all these different profiles that support you to go out and do what you want to do.
Right. Everybody on the team is doing what they're good at, and then you can do what you're good at. That's the point.
So that leads me into this next question. How can someone stay confident when things don't go as planned when they sign up for us? And I'm not saying they're not getting deals. It's just I want them. How do we make sure they stay confident, like stick with the plan, that the plan does work? If you stick with, because I'm trying to think of an example of where we stuck with it and we stuck with it because brand recognition, or I'm trying to think of something else there, but how do we make sure that they have that confidence? Is it because we've been around for 9 years and we've proven this and have that confidence? It's not like we just started this up.
Well, we also have other locations that we've launched and have gone through. I mean, when you're in business, you're going to go through challenging things and it's going to feel like it's not going to work.
Right.
But we've done this. We've done it for our market for 9 years. We've launched it in 3 other markets as of today.
Well, actually 4, right? Because Milwaukee, in reality,
4, and successfully in these other markets, and so there's a lot of evidence that it works. So you don't have to just do it on faith. Like, there's a lot of proof that it works. You just have to do it. And there may be downtimes and things that don't work that well, but at the end of the day, it's going to work out.
Well, and here's the other thing: it's like this. Don't get into real estate and don't get into this industry if you're looking for a constant, something that's going to be the same every year over year. This is not the industry for you.
It's not boring. It's not a boring.
No, it is not boring, but there are going to be, depending on the economy and depending on your market and depending on, a natural disaster and depending on, interest rates and whatever the case may be. it's always changing. It's always moving. And the, another, I don't know, benefit to having you guys behind the scenes is, and even, us on the operation side, we can adjust. We can see, you guys are great about kind of like, oh, the market's going to kind of do this, or it's an election year, it's going to kind of do this. Or we know here in Minnesota, it's November. We are going to start slowing down until January because, we get some snow. But, it comes back to that expertise as you guys can mentor and guide people through those times. Like all of a sudden, direct mail isn't working for whatever reason. Okay, you know what? Let's change it up. Let's do this. Or, hey, you need to adjust here. Or just helping people navigate that because we do have the experience.
Yeah, you got to pivot a lot in this business.
Yes.
And it actually made me think of when you were talking about that. When we first started the business, I was like, I like this because every day is different and every deal is different. You cannot get bored in this business. It'd be impossible to get bored.
Yeah.
And I hear people on the team say that too, that they like their jobs because it's never boring. There's always something interesting and different happening.
Yeah.
And I see all these, like there's this big, really viral campaign going right now about buy a boring business. And I'm like, well, why don't you get into a business that's not boring? Wouldn't that be better? I don't know why buying a boring business is so interesting. Like I'd like to want to work and enjoying what I do every day.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
On that one, how can a new licensee measure success beyond deals? Because everybody thinks, oh, I got this many deals, I got this many deals. What's some other new, like a licensee? I got a couple, but I know I just read you the question, so.
Yeah. So a big thing just in business now is liking where you work, being appreciated where you work, being given opportunities where you work. So that not longevity, but people wanting to stay with the company because they believe in what you're doing. They understand and they believe in the vision. That's been huge for us. It's like people are here because they're like, I love this. You're here to help people. How many people did you help today? And we invest in them as well. Like we, Jaden came up with, hey, I want the team to read Unreasonable Hospitality. And so we kind of did a little book club month. And everybody read this. This is going to help you be better, help you do your job better, help you, even in your life. Like some of these things translate into, especially something like that. How can you go that extra step, that unreasonable hospitality? What can I do just a little bit more? So that's definitely one thing. Culture is big for companies and businesses now. So the fact that people want to stay, want to work with you is huge. That's definitely one way to measure it.
I would just add to that I think culture is even more important for a small business because small businesses are at a massive disadvantage with hiring when you're competing with large companies because they have the name recognition, they have the trust, they have all these benefits programs that small businesses don't even have access to frequently. So you have to have something else to offer. And what are you going to offer someone that has the option of going to a big company? I mean, the biggest thing that we offer is culture, purpose. People get up every day and go to work for something more than making a paycheck. And large corporations frequently can't offer that.
Flexibility too.
It's flexibility. So we we try to really push all those things to give people really good reasons to want to work for us. And it works, and they do. That's how we, maintain good people, is by doing that.
Lifestyle right now is a big thing for people, especially after COVID, when people can work remotely and they're a little more flexible with their schedules and their time. And like our accountant Tyler today, it's MEA, Minnesota's, school is off for the week, and his wife had an appointment. And he's like, "Can I work from home today? Because I've got to watch." Of course, absolutely, work from home. He's got kid duty, so offering people more about a lifestyle versus clock in 9 to 5. Here's your hour lunch break. That's huge for people now.
Well, I like how, we judge more off of KPIs now, that is their performance, right? Yep. So, again, I grew up, it's 9 to 5, right? You go to work at 9, you get off at 5. It's not like that. you know,
Was your butt in a seat for 8 hours? If you
Yeah.
if you showed up and your butt was in a seat for 8 hours, okay, cool.
And so I'm even learning that too, that, you know, I'll be honest with you, I love seeing babies on Zoom calls and different things, because it just tells me that we're a real business and we're helping out real people, and we're real people too.
Mhm.
Right? And yeah, I know, doesn't Google have that more? Did they kind of start that whole philosophy where they had, you know, scooters outside the doors and video games? And,
Oh yeah, they had the
Oh,
beanbag chairs and the ping pong tables and all the things.
I was
Yeah.
wondering where you're going with that, because I'm like, Google's slogan for their people was "Don't be evil." That was their.
Yeah. No, they were
I
the
don't think
first
that's what we're going
company.
for.
They were
No.
the first company, what, like 20 years ago or whenever it came out, that everybody was like, what? There were no desks and you just sat in your pod and like.
Yeah, and that's what, again, I love that aspect of it, because that's how, you know, you set these KPIs up for people, and if they don't perform, they don't perform.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know, just a different way of judging now, and it's a different way of, like, you're just not there. I mean, how many times that I probably heard, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, right? You don't hear that anymore out there in the work field. But you know, it's like you see people leaning up against shovels and different things. Again, I got to remember, I came from the labor side. I wasn't an office person until 10 years ago, right? Well, until we started this business.
And that lasted about.
Right. I'm still not.
You're not an office person.
You're still not an office person. You were out in the field. You were never.
Yeah,
Not an
exactly.
office person. I would. You're asking about KPIs. I think other than deals, that we learned a couple of years ago to stop talking about numbers of deals and really focus on, because everybody else thinks that way too. Like your whole team will start thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
And well, if you get 1,000 deals at $10 a piece, that's not very much money. So we started talking about gross profit, you know, or some people call it revenue, but we call it gross profit. It's how much gross profit are you generating per month from the deal flow that you have. So if you do, you know, 1 or 2 deals, but they're huge profit deals, you know, that could be pretty good. And that could be better than doing a lot of deals at low profit.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest thing that's at the end of the day, that's what the business needs to have to run. It's the lifeblood of the business is gross profit.
Yeah, I love that. I get people that ask me, you know, they want to mentor me because I just want you to mentor me my first 5 deals. And I'm like, okay. Or I'm like, why don't we like mentor the first amount, you know, like $100,000 I help you achieve, because you might achieve that in the second deal.
Right.
So, and it does sound a lot better when people start thinking about it, like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to do deals. I want to do revenue.
Yeah, in this industry, there is a lot of people that do deals at, you know, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 spreads. That's very common, and that's never been our business. We've always avoided doing stuff like that. It's hard to run a business like that,
Right.
so we don't do that.
We also have seen, if you can imagine it, I guarantee we've seen it. So, you know, that mentoring piece comes in. Yeah, you can do those bigger spreads, but it's like they're going to get a wonky one that's like, what do I do with this? Like, we've had raccoon houses, we've had pig houses, we've had, I mean,
she's not lying, guys.
I'm not lying. We've had cat houses. Literally, the Humane Society, house was vacant. Humane Society came out, picked up 16 of them. They started the rehab, and they were living in the ductwork. So the cats were literally coming out of the walls. And it was a whole thing.
Right.
And so, yeah, we've seen, honestly, just about everything. And so part of this is, you know, I think we got away from the 90-day onboarding thing, but part of the the benefit is you guys, and that's, you know, hey, how do we underwrite this? What's our rehab look like on a property that has cats coming out of the walls? What's our timeline? What is our dispo strategy? What is our, you know, all those pieces.
They're going to learn that, right? Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. You get those weird ones, and you can call and be like, hey, I can't even come up with something going on, but you know, what would you guys do with this house? What are your numbers look like? What am I offering on this? And we're, at any point in our process, like you can call even our transaction side and ask, and things are different in every state, like as far as inspections and regulations and what you need sometimes, but we have all of those resources.
Well, hey guys, thanks for jumping on. Obviously, Jen, this is our time that we normally do our podcast. I know you were supposed to be doing something else, or maybe not. I don't know, but I do
bonbons.
You're right.
Watching TV and eating bonbons.
Bam! I knew it, guys. I knew that's a hit.
I do.
Again, we were talking about this. This is like the first 90 days. I know we didn't go exactly down the order of like, hey, 30, 60, 90. We do have all that written down. One of the things that you actually pushed out is like, in reality, it's 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
But we still need to have a 30, 60, 90, days of where you're going to be at. So basically plan on the first 90 days is you're jumping in. You're 100%, and you're trying to get that first couple deals right out of the gates, and we want to help you succeed at that. So again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you want to know about any more information about Home Guys franchising licensing, please reach out to us. Brady will throw something on the bottom of the screen here. Like, subscribe. Well, hey guys, thanks again for appearing. Jen, thanks for didn't know that you were going to be on a podcast today.
I did not, no.
Oh, good thing you yeah. I don't know how it's going
that tracks.
You did
that
great.
tracks with you guys, though. I never know what I'm doing.
Hey guys, James here again. Just remember, we made the mistakes so you don't have to. Thanks, guys.
Later.